All right, man. Let's talk about Teofimo Lopez. He's sharing an article on his Instagram saying that doctor saying that he could have died. Um, he could have died in the fight with Camboso. So it says Lopez lucky. Doctor says Lopez is lucky he's not dead after boxer found to have fought with air in his chest. So I mean, that don't change shit for me. Um, you know, it don't change nothing for me. You still lost. You still talked all that shit. You don't get moral victories for me. I don't care. It's not like somebody. It's not like he stopped the fight and people called him a quitter. You see what I'm saying? That's not the case. To me, he's just looking for moral victories. If this is factual or not factual, which I believe it to be factual, but I mean, let's read it. But this don't change my opinion that you did all that wolfing and you still lost. Y'all feel me? So I mean, just my opinion on it. But it says Teofimo Lopez was hold on. Teofimo Lopez was risking his life and should have been in a hospital rather than boxing ring when he lost his four lightweight belts to George Cambosa last week at Masters Garden, according to a doctor who subsequently examined him and reviewed his medical records. Quote, he could have died for sure, said Dr. Linda Dow, and otolaryngologist, ENT, whatever that is, with surgical privileges at 3 Manhattan Hospital. How, quote, how he breathed, I can't even explain to you. It's like somebody tied to 300-pound set of weights around his chest, like his neck and his chest in the vise. Quote, that's how he fought. Quote, he's lucky he's not dead, said Dr. Peter Constantino, executive director of New York Head and Neck Institute. I mean, really lucky. According to Lopez medical records, a 24-year-old former undisputed champion was diagnosed with pneumonia, medicine, I don't know what that damn word is, but extensive air in the, whatever that word is, space by emergency room doctors during his post-fight visit to Bellevue Hospital. Quote, the air was around his chest wall and his heart and his neck, places where air is not supposed to be, Dow, said Dow, who worked as a ringside physician for the New York State Athletic Commission. Quote, if he was hitting his neck or his chest a certain way in a certain place, he could have had developed a pneumothorax, collapsed lung. He could have instantly been down and unable to breathe and needed chest tube. Quote, he's lucky he's not dead. I mean, really lucky. Peter Constantino, executive director of New York Head and Neck Institute. The likely cause of the air, according to Down, a record, a physician who saw Lopez later at the New York Pre-Pristine Trina, I don't know, hospital, Pepperstein Hospital, was small tear in his esophagus. Lopez, whose diagnosis was complicated by long-time asthma in the case of COVID, he contracted in June. He began experiencing shortness of breath and swelling in his neck area on Friday, shortly before the weigh-in. Quote, I thought it was just my asthma, said Lopez when asked why he didn't divulge his symptoms to his manager or the athletic commission during the pre-fight examination on Friday. Quote, I just thought I fought through my asthma before. If I told everybody, they would have canceled the fight, but I chose not to because of the amount of pressure I was under. I did not want to hear people say, "Oh, another postponement." Lopez Camboso, ordered as a mandatory defense by IBF, was star-crossed promotion from the beginning, with at least 8 days going back to May. What's more, Cambosa was not seen as dangerous opponent. DraftKings had Lopez, who cracked boxing pound for pound. List with his 2020 winner for Sandy Lomachenko, 2010 to 1 favorite. Dow, who worked for the New York State Athletic Commission from 04 to 2008, said Lopez's condition wouldn't have become apparent in the routine pre-fight exam conducted right before the last fight in Friday's weigh-in. Quote, you listen with your skeptical idea on Monday, his lungs sounded fine. She said, quote, there was no way anybody could have diagnosed this without knowing how severe the symptoms were, then an x-ray and a CAT scan. After the weigh-in, Lopez and his team, minus his customary nutritionist, perfecting athletes, went to the restaurant Carmines to rehydrate and replenish. That's where the symptoms took a marked turn for the worse. Quote, it didn't get bad until I started rehydrating, Lopez said. His neck, his throat, his neck became swollen. His chest felt increasingly tight. his breathing became labored again. He said, quote, I just thought it's just my asthma. I've been having asthma since I was 6 years old. The likeliest explanation, according to counsel familiar with both Dow and the broad facts of the case, is that Lopez fast stretched his esophagus into the point where he got a tear or something like that. Lopez's parents, including his outspoken father trainer, Teofimo Sr., said they figured it might be suffering from acid reflux or dehydration from the weight cut. Quote, I took a seat in the back of the restaurant by the kitchen, Lopez recalled. Quote, everybody trying to burn me and relax me. They see my neck is swollen. My voice has changed. At this point, everybody's a little concerned. I think my dad told me I should go to the hospital, and I said no because they're going to end up probably canceling the fight. After returning to the hotel, they tried a variety of prospective remedies, Gatorade, hot tea, club soda, uh, pepper seed, Tums, hot towel. Nothing to worry about Saturday morning. Lopez, my neck is sore, my chest is sore, my throat is hurting. And I'm like, I guess I'm going to have to go to the fight like this. Camboso knocked him down in the first round. It marked the first time Lopez, an overwhelming choice as 2020 Fighter of the Year, was put on the canvas as fire for career. That was not me as a Saturday Night Lopez. It's a long ass story. But we get the gist of it. I'm not gonna continue to read this at all. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, obviously he shouldn't have fought, but he was concerned about what the public thought. Postponing again this time the day before the fights, and people bought tickets, and people did this, and people did that. I mean, obviously you can't blame him. You can't blame the kid. You just can't blame him because a lot of scrutiny, a lot of stress about him quitting the fight before. Yeah, obviously, it just let you know that it was factual about him having COVID and all that stuff, and he shouldn't have fought. But at that point, he could just, I would, if he really did go to the hospital, his father told him to, should have, I should have dropped the IBF belt, and Eddie Hearn should have had a replacement guy there. But he probably wasn't thinking like it was no. He probably was thinking like it wasn't no way that they wasn't gonna stop it. It wasn't no way that it wasn't going through. T.O. was good, so I mean, he should have did what's best for him. People just gonna look at this historically, look at it as an excuse. That's how they're gonna look at it, or another excuse. Oh, he got another excuse, and that's how people gonna look at it. He shouldn't have fought, but he lost, so that's not gonna change nothing. They're not gonna go back and say, well, he had a serious, he could have died in there. Uh, he had a serious issue with his chest and his neck and all of that. And we're gonna take the belts back from Camboso and give him back to Teofimo Lopez. It don't work that way. He shouldn't have fought. He should have did what's best for him. It was best for him physically, but he didn't. So I mean, but he didn't. But I'm glad. The number one thing is he 100% okay. You can lose the belts and get belts back. You can get accolades back. You can get a win over Camboso back, but you can't get your life back. And his father never probably would have forgave himself. So it's good that he a soldier. Just let you know his toughness knows no bounds. Got a lot of heart, tough as they come. And the number one thing, no matter how you feel about him, is he 100% okay, and he able to redeem himself, and he able not to have that on his parents' conscience. So, um, no, it is what it is. Let me know what you got, girls and guys, think. Check the box from this playlist out. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. All my social media links, subscription, Twitter's a password, and Facebook and Instagram. We got business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video plus. Want to make a financial donation, Cash App, CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. All that's going to the bottom of the screen or in the description. Let me know what you guys think about this, man. But 100% Teofimo Lopez, 100% happy Teofimo Lopez is all right, and you know, you know. But the 10-2 shit, man. And now they just sound like some excuses, but hey, it is what it is. Let me know what you think in the comment section. One time for the one time. To the box and spell this out. Let me know what you think in the comment section.